Today, we are the CMAR India Private Limited in Mumbai, one of the leading DP training provider. Today, we are going to know what DPO is, that is, Dynamic Positioning Operator. Today, with us is Mr. Surendra Upadhyay, who has been a DPO himself for 7 long years and DP instructor for the past 3 years. Today, we are glad to have him with us. Hello, Mr. Upadhyay.
Hello, Priyanka. Glad to have you here.
Same here. So, firstly, tell me, what is dynamic positioning?
Dynamic positioning is a computer with an automatic positioning system which is meant for floating vessels like ships, barges or semi-submersibles. Conventional vessel which is designed to navigate from point A to point B with a reasonable amount of accuracy in position cannot handle the kind of accuracy which is required by operations in the offshore oil and gas industry. Neither can a human operator handle the kind of which is required by oil and gas industry. Now, this is where DP comes in, wherein DP is a very complex integration of various components, namely computers, thrusters, power, sensors, position measuring equipment, and the DP operator. All these components come together to make a DP system and give the kind of position accuracy which is required by critical operations in the oil and gas industry. Now, typically in the oil and gas industry, we use DP vessels, supply vessels, anchor handling vessels, dive support vessels, drill ships, pipe lays, cable lays. As far as DP is concerned, there are 3 classes of DP: Class 1, Class 2 and Class 3. Again, depending on how critical the operation, operators will use either a Class 1, Class 2 or Class 3. The main difference between Class 1, Class 2 and Class 3 is the amount of redundancy we have in the components of the DP system. For example, redundancy on Class 2 is more than as it would be on Class 1, and redundancy on Class 3 would be more than as it would be on Class 2. And redundancy is basically provided for the safety of operations, and the main function of redundancy is that if there is a single failure in any of the components of the DP system, the position keeping will not be affected. So that's in general about the DP system.
To the eligibility of a student to get?
There's no eligibility for a student to start the training, but the eligibility to get a job as a trainee DP operator, we can say that it's a second mates level.
So how would we start the process with, like, they first become an officer and then come into?
That's correct. That's the ideal way of doing it. Well, most ideally, the candidate should have a master's ticket, want to change over.
Okay.
That's the ideal situation. But nowadays, you find a lot of second mates who want to change over from the deep sea to offshore industry for its benefits like shorter contracts. The main attraction for going from trading vessel to a DP vessel is trading vessels you have longer contracts anywhere between 3 to 6 months, whereas the DP vessels the longest contract may be only 2 months, and you get equal time off, and the salary is also better. So because of these benefits, we see increasingly that second mate ticket holders are getting into this industry. But as I mentioned, they'll have to bear in mind that DG Shipping will put certain restrictions on their COC if they work on DP vessels and then go for their next level exams.
So how can someone already in merchant navy become a DP operator?
Marine deck officer has decided to become a DP operator. He has to go through a training scheme which has been laid down by Nautical Institute in London. This training scheme has 2 shore-based courses and 7 months of on-board training. Now, shore-based courses include a basic course, which is also called a DP induction course, and there's an advanced course, which is also called a DP simulator course. And the on-board training includes a 30-day DP familiarization and a 6 month of DP watchkeeping experience. Now, the Nautical Institute says that the training should start with a basic course, followed by 30 days of DP familiarization, and thereafter complete the DP advanced course and the 6 months of DP watchkeeping experience. all of this training has to be logged in a DP logbook which is issued by Nautical Institute. Once a candidate has completed all of this training, he needs to send the logbook to the Nautical Institute in London, and depending on the class of the DP vessel, the Nautical Institute will issue either a full or a limited DP certificate. Of the training scheme can be found on Nautical Institute's website, or a candidate can call our center for guidance.
Okay. So can you tell us something about your journey of becoming a DPO?
Well, I started my career at sea in the year 1990. I worked on trading vessels for 10 years. A friend of mine happened to mention about DP in the year, if I remember well, December 1999. And I looked on the internet, I found it interesting. Called up a center in US. At that time we had just about 3 or 4 centers globally. So called up a center in US, went to Houston, did the course, and very fortunately I got a job straight away after completing the course. I started my DP career in January 2000, and I have worked in the DP industry for 7 years. All of it is on drill ships and semi-submersibles. In the year 2007, I got a very interesting call from CMAR. They told me that they're looking for an instructor and if I was interested in teaching. Well, I went for it. I took the offer. I spent about 6 months teaching in Singapore. I have been an instructor for nearly 3 years, so out of which 6 months was in Singapore and 2.5 years in London. And thereafter I got CMAR to agree to set up a center in Mumbai, and we've been here for a year now.
So it was a great journey. So now tell me something about CMAR Group.
CMAR is a UK-based company with over 20 years experience in the oil and gas industry. We have over 1,000 employees based in 12 strategic locations around the globe. CMAR has 5 core business streams, namely training, recruitment, marine, consultancy and engineering services.
Okay.
Now CMAR India was incorporated in May 2009. We started with our training business, so we launched the DP training in India last year. Now that DP training is well established in the country, we launched our engineering and consultancy services beginning of this year, which are gaining popularity, and in fact as of now we are working with nearly every big shipyard in the country. At the moment I am in the process of launching our recruitment cell, and very soon we will start growing from this office as well. Now coming to the training part of it, the DP Center, which is a brand name which CMAR uses for DP training, is the largest training provider globally. We have 5 centers, one in London, Singapore, Croatia, Brazil and India, which is Mumbai. We train the maximum number of DP operators globally, and we offer the highest standards in training globally.
Okay.
We are known as the first port of call for DP training. We have a pool of 9 instructors with a lot of experience in the industry, and each instructor comes from a different operation. Like myself, I come from the drilling industry. Captain Shukla, who is my colleague over here, he comes from the diving industry. Similarly, we have instructors in Singapore who come from pipe lays, cable lays. Some come from anchor handling, some come from dive supports or supply vessels. We get together and we revise our contents of the training which we provide. We revise that regularly, and at the end of it you get a very high standard training. And our training is considered at a much higher level than required by the Nautical Institute, which has laid down this the training scheme.
Thank you, Mr. Upadhyay, for being with us and letting us know something about DPO.
My pleasure, Priyanka.
We know the eligibility and process of becoming a DPO. By now, I hope we all must be aware what DPO is. Until next, This is Priyanka, Sailor Today.